everyone. Thanks for joining us for our next episode in the Doobert webinar series. So today we're going to be going through team collaboration, and I'm really excited to share this one with you guys because I feel like a lot of our organizations have teams that they want to get involved and really get the teamwork going. So I hope you guys can find this one to be really beneficial. Before I get into our slide deck too much, a little bit about me. I've been with Doobert for about 6 months. I am a big animal lover, and personally, I'm a big teamwork person as well, so I'm excited to share this one with you guys. And I will be demoing in our beta environment just to let you guys know, because it's like a sandbox for us, so things might look a little bit off, but I'll definitely let you guys know if I run into anything. But jumping into our overview of the teamwork, what we can do is add team members to our account, and we can also choose their permissions. So this is really great for really tracking who has the ability to edit certain modules in your organization's account. So say you have one person who only works with the cases, then you can give them only permission to work on anything in the companion case management module, versus any of your transport managers would be more specialized in transport. You can set that up as well. And we can also assign cases and tasks to our team members with assigned due dates and times as well. So really good for tracking how things are getting done. And then when your team member gets it done, they can just go in and mark it as complete. And we also have a team status section, which we did cover a little bit in our CCM dashboard webinar, but we'll get a little bit into it again today and kind of show you guys how it works and what you can do with it. And then we will also go through the processes of transferring cases to your partners that are in your coalition. So first, jumping into how we get our team members into our Doobert account, what we can do as a team member who wants to be added, we're going to go to Doobert.com and we're going to sign up as an individual. And we are going to just verify our email, and then we're going to wait. And what our organization owners are going to do, they're going to go into the Partners tab once that team member has registered as a volunteer or just me. They're going to go into our Partners tab, click Volunteers, Manage Volunteers, and then they're going to add volunteer permissions. So once they get there, what you're going to do is add in that team member's email address that they use to create their individual account. And just click search, and then their name will pop right up, and from there you can choose all of their permissions. You can add them all, you can add only some, however you want to set it up. And once that's all looking good, you're just going to click invite user. So now if we jump into our assigning cases and tasks, this is really where everybody gets to shine. So when we assign cases, what this is going to do is notify the team member in their email that they have a new case assigned to them. So this is really just letting them know that, hey, you have a case, it probably needs your attention, things like that. And it's really great for some of our teams who like to divide the workload, divide and conquer. When you have, say, one person who does only your owner surrender cases, or you have one person who is your foster coordinator or your spay and neuter manager, things like that, is where these assigning cases is really beneficial. And it really gives your organization the opportunity to divide the workflow and delegate. And then our assigning tasks is also really good for delegation as well, because what we can do is assign actions to any team member that is in our account with permissions, and you can even put like a little description of what they need to do, kind of the action that needs to be taken. And we can add our due date, our due time, and once they have that task complete, they're just going to check that box and mark it as complete. And so that's really great for kind of keeping up with your team and getting people involved, giving them something to do, and also keeping up to date on the time they want it done, the date, and then as the organization managers, executive directors, kind of letting them know when it's complete. So if we get into our coalitions, and what we can do with these is, once you have that group of people or organizations that you want to get involved and start a coalition with, they will have to be Doobert members as an organization. So say if they're not on Doobert, just kind of tell them how you can use this functionality with Doobert and maybe they'll sign up. So that would be really great. But if they are already on Doobert and they know how great it is, then you're all set. So then you'll just reach out to us, let us know of the organization names and a little bit of information on your coalition, and we'll get that set up for you guys super fast. And then what you can do is transfer cases to your coalition members. So like I said, when one organization gets a case that they can't accept right now, or say they need a foster for that another organization in their coalition has the resources for or is better equipped to handle, that's really great for really just sending that case over to them. So they would get all of the case information and even an animal profile that is attached or multiple that are attached as well. And so it'll send everything over to them and they will have it to really help out that case. So now we're going to jump into the system for just a quick little lesson on everything I just talked about through our slideshow, walking through the processes and giving you guys a little bit of a how-to. So what we're first going to start off by looking at is how a team member can register themselves on Doobert as the individual. So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump over to the Doobert.com website and we are going to do the individual sign up right here. And we're just going to pop in our first name, last name, email, password, zip code, anything like that. And you can even do the Google or Facebook account creation, which is also super fast. And once you get that account created, you're just going to pop back into your email and verify that email address. And now you're good. Now your organization's account owner can go into the partners tab and add you. So now we're going to put on the organization owner hat and we are going to log into our account. And we are just going to click on our partners tab down here. So we are going to click on our volunteers right here and we're going to click manage volunteers. And now what we're going to do is add a volunteer permission. And what we're going to do is just pop in that email address that your team member used when they created their individual account. So I am just going to pop in a quick little email and then we will get started. So I have my email in here. I'm just going to click search. And now we will see my volunteer account right here. So we are going to click on continue. And right here is where we can determine their permission or access levels. So I do want to point out that we also have a view only option that's really great for some teams who have people who may need to just go into the system, check things out, but they may not necessarily need to edit anything. So I just always like to point out that option as well. So we can go in and choose any of our permissions right here. So I'm just going to go through and click on anything that I want to give permissions for. So I'm just going to do cases. And now what I'm going to do is invite user. And what this is going to do is send the contact email that they use to sign up for their individual account, sorry. It's just going to send them an email letting them know that they have been invited to join your organization and they are just going to hop over to Doobert and log in as their individual. And then once they get logged in, what they're going to do is go up to this top corner right here and they are going to see your organization listed right here. And once that is all looking good, they're just going to click on this and that's going to take them into your organization's account. So it's super easy to really get your team members involved and get everyone included. And then there's also really great limitations on kind of what team members can access as well. So now we're going to jump into our cases aspect of how we can work as a team. So I'm going to jump into our companion case management module right here. And I'm going to go to our cases tab. And right here, I am just going to use my search filters and search by any case that was assigned to me. So this is another really, really great team aspect that you guys can use because when you start assigning cases to your team members, you can search by team member that it's assigned to. So I'm going to click on myself and just click search. And right here, we're going to see all of my cases that I am currently working on. So we are just going to click on this one right here. And what we are going to do is go down to our tasks, files, and activity log right here. So what this is going to do is this is where we can assign our tasks to each other. So this can either come from, say, your organization owner, or it can come from each other as well. So it's really, really great for really anybody to kind of delegate and work as a team. So what I'm going to do to assign our first task is just start typing in this little box, and I'm going to say follow up with Sarah via text and email. And I am going to click on assign right here, and I'm going to assign it to my team members. So I'm going to assign it to Kimberly, and I am just going to click that little checkbox right there and click assign. And I can also add my due date right here. And I am going to say we can give it, say, 2 days. And the time is totally fine. I don't need to edit that. And then if you don't want the due date right here, you can just click on this little trash can and remove that. So once we have our action in here, or what our team member needs to do, and it is assigned, their name will show up right here. Or if you'd rather not do the assign button, you can also use the @ symbol and start typing. So I can do same thing. It really just depends on how you'd like to do it. And once we're all good here, we're just going to click on add. And now once that task is added, what we're going to do is let the other person get that email, let them know that, hey, I have a task. I'm going to go do that right now. And once they do that task, what they're going to do is go in here and click on this checkbox, and that's going to put a line through it just to let your team know that it's completed. So it's super, super easy to get everyone involved, and this can be used for multiple people as well. So say you have a team effort that you want to assign a task to multiple people, we can also do that. So if we want to do adding, say, 2 team members to this, we can definitely do that right here. So we can say, hey, Alex, hey, Kimberly, can you send out a workflow with a survey? So super, super easy. And like I said, you can assign to more than one team member as well. So once that looks good, we can put, again, our due date, our due time. We can change this right here with our little clock if we want to, and we can just click on add. And so super, super easy. And what we can do now, if we go up to the top, is we can also check out our transfer cases section. So what this will do is gives you the option to transfer a case to your coalition member. So when you have multiple coalitions, you'll see those listed right here. And what you'll do is just select your coalition, so CCM Test Coalition, and then I can choose any organization that is in that coalition. So I am just going to click on this one, and you can also include your animal profiles because it is going to send them a copy of that. So I am just going to click the checkbox on that because I do want my animal profile to go over to there. And my outcome, this is really just a drop down to let you know really what's going on with the pet and why it's leaving, or what the other coalition member is able to help with. So say we can do move to rescue or shelter for this one. And right here we can choose whether we want to keep this case within our account or we want to close it out and archive it. So if this case has the potential to be sent back to us, then we can keep it open. But if it's something that we don't think we may get back, or something we might not be able to help with, in that case, it might be more beneficial to just close it and archive it to not get your system all crowded with cases. So totally up to you. But like I said, if you have the possibility of maybe getting it back, then it's a good option to keep it open. And then right here, we can choose the information that we want to transfer to the other organization regarding the case. So if we want to add an animal profile, info, and pictures, we can do that. Case activity history, which we'll get into in just a second, and the tags, internal notes, these can also be transferred as well. So once all of that looks good, what we're going to do is just click on the I agree to the privacy policy, and we're going to click on transfer. So now that we have just transferred our case, we've kept it open within our organization. So I'm going to jump back into that case really quick and show you guys the activity log, because then we're going to be able to see everything we just did. So this is really great for any of our EDs, managers, things like that, because right here you can get insight into what your team's doing within a case and really track who changed what, who transferred what, things like that. And so right here, you will see that I created a case, sorry, not a case, a task, and I assigned it to Kimberly. And then I edited the outcome when we were transferring the case. And once that case was transferred, it's going to tell us where it was transferred to and the time as well. So that's a really, really great feature for some of the larger organizations that want to keep tabs on what's going on, what's everybody doing, things like that. So now we're going to check out our assigning feature of the cases. So what we can do when we scroll up in the case is say that your case comes in and it's unassigned. What you can do is either take that case, so say you see it and you're like, oh, I can take that case, I can manage it. What you can do is just click on this little take it button right here, and that's going to update to your name. And what we can also do is say this case comes in, it's say you don't manage the foster volunteer cases. What we're going to do is we're going to transfer this over and assign it to one of our team members who does that. So what I'm going to do is just click on this little drop down, and then I'm going to see all of my team members right here. And what this is going to do is give me the opportunity to assign it to someone else. So I'm going to assign it to Alex because she's more suited to handle a case for foster volunteers. So now we're going to be able to check that out in our activity log as well. So we can see that I just assigned a case over to Alex, and it'll also show who it came from and who it went to. So really, really easy to get your team involved. And I personally love working as a team, kind of divide and conquer to get things done. So now once we have all of our cases assigned within the case itself, now what we can do is jump over to this team status section. And this is another really great feature for any of our managers or executive directors, things like that, because this is really good for a high level information of what your team's working on. So I am going to click on our companion case management tab and go up to our dashboard. And right here, we are going to see our team status section. So if we click on more details, what we can do is check out all of the cases that our team has assigned to them. So our team members will be listed here, and then if they have multiple cases assigned to them, we can just click on this little plus sign, and right here we can check out all of the cases that they're currently working. So we'll be able to see the case creation date and then also the case type. So now what we're going to do is just click on these little three buttons, and we can also archive and delete the case from here as well. So another great, just quick little high level information for some of our managers who really like that. So now what we're going to do is jump into our Q&A. And what we're going to do is just go through a couple questions that we typically have from our help email or things that we've received in demos, really any question that pertains to what we talked about today. So hopefully it will give you some more context and really hopefully answer the questions before you think of them, or if for some reason we don't answer the question that you are thinking of, just send us an email to help@Doobert.com, and either myself or my team will send you any additional resources or answer your question super quickly if we can, but we will definitely be there to support you if we don't answer your question. Okay, so jumping into our first question, we have how many team members can we add to our organization's account? That's a really easy one. as many as you'd like. So, like I said, it's really great for our small organizations, 2, 3 team members, or our really large ones who have, say, maybe 20 to 25 team members. So, it's really great for any size rescue, shelter, any type of organization. Our next question, is there a limit on coalition members? There is not. So, as big of a coalition as you want to have, a small one, it's totally up to you. And then we also have, where can we view our volunteers within our account? Let's check that out. And by volunteers, I mean your team members or people who work with your organization that we have added. And what we're going to do is jump back into our organization account, and we are going to go down to our partners tab again. So in our partners tab, we're going to click on partners. So we're going to head over to our partners tab, and we're going to click on, volunteers. And under manage volunteers, we will be able to view any of our pending organization team members right here. So just if we click on that, this is any of us who have an invitation sent to them and we just haven't accepted it, things like that. And if we go back, and we can also view anyone that we've approved as well. And then right here, we can view all of their permissions and any of their contact info here too. So we can also click view. And what this is going to do is bring up their individual profiles. So they can add a little photo of themselves here. You can send them an email from right here. And when you sign up as an individual on Doobert, you have the option to also accept volunteer tasks, or so to speak. So this would just be her foster home preferences. So say she's able to, say, foster with Doobert, she would just go through and fill these out, and the same account would be both used in the organization, but also her as a volunteer. So if we go back into our little manage volunteers, we can also view any block team members, which hopefully we don't have, but say you need to, it's there for you. And then we can also view any of our preferred volunteers. So this is really relevant in the transport module, because you have the ability to set up preferred volunteers that you want to send out your transports to. But other than that, that's really a crash course on how the manage volunteers section works and what you can do with it. So for our next question, can tasks be assigned to multiple team members simultaneously? So that's a really good question, but it can only be assigned to one team member. But like I said, in our case, we can assign tasks that are relevant to multiple team members. So like in the example, I showed how we could assign a case to one person, but we can also go into our task section and assign one with a action or things like that to 2 people that might be more of a team effort as well. So that is all we have for questions today. So I hope you found this to be super beneficial and educational, and I hope you learned something about how you can get your team involved. But like I said, if there's any questions that you had that we didn't get today, please feel free to reach out to me or my team at help@Doobert.com, and we will get back to you as soon as we can with any extra resources to help you out. And we would love to hear from you guys if you do have questions. So thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you guys soon.